Welcome back to Neek's Short Horrors. Today's story is Through the Door. At first, Dan was the perfect roommate, laid back, easy to talk to, and always up for a late-night beer. We got along great, splitting rent and trading turns cooking dinner. But then, something changed. It started small. He stopped hanging out in the living room and spent more and more time in his room. I'd hear the door click shut early in the evening and wouldn't see him until morning. Then one night, I knocked, asking if he wanted to watch a movie. "I'm busy," he said from the other side of the door. His voice was off, flat, distant. I shrugged it off, but as the days passed, it got stranger. He never came out anymore. His door was always locked, and he would only talk to me at night, through the wood, never face to face. I tried joking about it once. "Come on, man, what are you hiding in there? A secret lab?" There was a long pause before he whispered, "Just stay out." That's when the noises started. Scraping sounds, soft murmurs, and the faintest scratching, like nails dragging across the inside of the door. Late at night, I'd hear him whispering to himself in a voice that didn't sound like his. One night, I woke up to a noise, slow, rhythmic tapping. I sat up, heart pounding, and realized it was coming from his door. A steady knock, tap, tap, tap. "Dan?" I called out, stepping closer. His voice came through the wood, shaky and hushed. "Don't open it." I pressed my ear against the door, swallowing hard. "Are you okay?" "Don't open it," he repeated. But this time his voice was wrong, lower, rougher. I backed away, feeling a chill crawl down my spine. That night, I slept with my door locked. The next morning, I saw something that made my stomach drop. Dan's door. There were deep, jagged scratches along the bottom, like something had been clawing to get out. I pounded on the door. "Dan, open up, this isn't funny." No answer, just silence. I didn't see him leave for work, didn't hear him moving around. Nothing. I called his phone, but it went straight to voicemail. And yet, every night the whispering continued. Every night, the tapping returned. One night, I'd had enough. I grabbed a screwdriver and forced the lock open, heart hammering in my chest. The door creaked as it swung inward, and what I saw inside will never leave me. Dan wasn't there. The room was empty except for deep gouges covering the walls and floor, as if something had been trapped inside, desperate to escape. The air was thick, heavy with the scent of rot, and in the middle of the floor there was a pile of torn clothes, Dan's clothes, soaked through with something dark and sticky. Then, behind me from the open doorway, a whisper. "I told you not to open it." I turned, but no one was there. I moved out that night. I don't know what happened to Dan, or if he was ever really Dan to begin with. But sometimes, when I close my eyes, I can still hear the tapping. Thank you for listening. Please leave a like and also subscribe and/or follow for more stories. New stories released every Friday. Until next time, stay spooky.